do babies come from? No, I had no intention of talking about that tonight. I know where babies come from. Do you know where? Spoiler alert. Vaginas! I was thinking about doing these, actually that might kind of look neat. I was thinking about maybe selling, like original Sharpie drawings. I don't know if anybody would be interested, though. If you get a chance, go over to the about. Yeah, I think it's about. Well, actually, no, it's right on my, like, the cover picture. You can go to my website. It's 7stardesigns.com. 7-star designs. Actually, is that right? Yeah, okay. Or you can go to the little green icon. That's DeviantArt. That's got a lot of my newer stuff, or newest stuff. SoundCloud's got the music, Twitter. But I've been thinking about. Well, I haven't really been thinking too much about it. I just started to think about it today. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. Anywho, I've discovered that I love drawing with a Sharpie. It's tough because a lot of the time, like I said, if I draw something, if I take a pencil sketch and draw something and then ink it, and then, like, I can't get that Buddhist mentality in my head of letting things go. But I notice with Sharpie, I don't have as much of a problem. Because Sharpie is, like, you're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. And you can't really go back and erase anything in Sharpie, especially if it's black Sharpie. Anywho, my point being, I don't want to work anymore. I want to do these videos more often. I want to involve the kids a little bit more with them. So, if you have any suggestions, or if you'd like to buy, like, I know this is a little weird, and this isn't why I didn't do these videos. I don't want anybody to think that I'm like, oh, now I get it. He reels us in with 30 episodes, and he sells us the crack cocaine. I wouldn't sell you crack cocaine. I would never do that. I wouldn't sell crack cocaine to anybody. Anywho, like, I started just doing these little drawings. They're just, fun little things. And I thought, maybe, like, with requests, or, like, I don't know. I was thinking maybe selling, even with shipping, like, $5. Just like, you want one? Either it could be like potluck, where you get what you get, or like if there's something like a commission type thing, if you're like, I like your Batmans, can you do me a Batman? I don't know. Maybe nobody would want to buy one of those. You know what, though? It's worth mentioning. And I was thinking, I'd like to send people things like this. Like, if you share it, and you're interested in, like, getting one of these, let me know. I mean, I'll pay for it to be shipped. I don't mind. I don't mind that. I mean, I can't do it all the time, and I'll do it to the best of my ability for as long as I can, but, I mean, they're not going to be the best things. They're not going to be final, pieces of art. They're just going to be, like, marker things. Kind of like you go to a convention and see somebody drawing, you're like, hey, can you draw my sketchbook just a little bit? I don't mind doing that. Like, but I was thinking maybe, like, just, I don't know, $5 with shipping. I think that's a fair price. I mean, I could fold it and put it in an envelope, but if you want it unfolded, maybe I'd have to charge shipping then. Because I don't mind paying the money for stamps, Although stamps keep going up in price. I'd like to do that for people. Anybody who shares the video, let me know. If you want one, I'll send you one. I'll fold it, unless you don't want it folded. Then I'm gonna have to charge you. Yeah, probably be. I think it's like $3. It's like $2.95. I think is the cheapest that I can ship it. So if you want one unfolded, it'd be $5. If you want unfolded, don't worry about it. I'll just send you one if you've shared or liked. Yeah, that doesn't go for everybody, because all of a sudden I'll end up with like 300 subscribers and be like, shit, I thought I was poor before. I don't know. I don't think my stuff is that good. So I don't think there'll be much of a I don't think I'm gonna, I'm gonna have plenty of hours in the day. Is what I'm saying. But I mean, this is like a basic interpretation of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think I would go much further than that. I might do a little more detail in the shirt or something like that, but I don't know. If people are interested, I don't care. If not, seriously, it does not bother me at all. Don't lose any sleep over it, because I'm gonna do it anyway. I just love drawing, man. I love drawing. What are you passionate about? What do you guys like? Let me talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's bring this up. You bring it up. Make your own video channel. Nonetheless, like, there's so much to be thrilled about and passionate about, and I love that I've found that again, like in art, in this, and music, and like for a long time, like I suppressed that creativity because there was just too much else going on in life that I had to make choices. Like, do I do this or do I do that? And I usually chose that instead of drawing. So it's been really, really fun just getting back into it. And, like, I think that would be initiative enough to improve. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get into those lulls where you're just like, I don't really feel like doing that. But, like, if I had reasons to draw and stuff, and hopefully the big payday comes on Monday. The book I've been working on, we're going to settle up on the project thus far. Like I said, I still have one more picture to color, but we're at the point right now where if somebody's like, yes, we want to publish that book for you, it would take me maybe a day worth of work, and I could get that book ready to go, ship, print, whatever. So, nonetheless, but we're settling up on so far, and I'm really nervous because I don't know if you're like me, but you're probably not. I'm probably the only person like this. I'm very uncomfortable talking about money with people and people paying me to do art. I know that they can't do this, or they wouldn't have come to me. They liked my stuff enough to be like, I want this guy to draw this book. And I mean, it's not like this nationally acclaimed book, but that I really appreciate that. I like that, and it encourages me. And ever since I had to start drawing again, not all I want to do is draw, but I want to do a lot more drawing. Like, and it's fun and it's exciting, and I hope you all have something like that. I don't care what it is: cooking, playing baseball, taking pictures. Oh, you know what? I need to give a shout out to. He's never shared my stuff, jerk. But I have a friend that I went to high school with, Derek Gardner. He's a photographer. I don't think he does that professionally. I might be wrong about that, but his stuff was just featured on 2020, or a picture of his was on 2020 Jump Street, I think it's called. But I've been, I follow him on the Instagram, and he's posting pictures, every few days, every day, several a day sometimes, and his stuff is really good. Like at first I thought a lot of his stuff was very typical. I don't mean to say that to sound rude, because he's a talented guy, and I was proved wrong. But sometimes you see pictures, and you look at him, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what he does. It's just a simple little trick with a camera. But there's people like him that I was very proved wrong by. He continuously puts things out there that are very different and unique and very pleasing to the eye, or at least my eye. When I look at the stuff, I really like it a lot. So Derek Gardner, if he's got anything I can link, I'll put it up here. If not, I'll put something in the comments. He's just a really good photographer. Let's see, who else is... I feel like I want to share talent, so that I'm not hogging all, the, hey, look at me, look at me. There's another photographer. Oh, Dino Jay Camara. I met Jay when he was in Fragments, and I used to hang out down... Oh, this is a story. We're only at 9 minutes. Let's tell this story. I want to tell you how I met a lot of people. Bob Melanson and I... Is that the way to say it? Yeah. We hung out for a lot of summers together. We just were hanging out. But as time progressed, I think we could both see ourselves moving away from going to youth group and going to the church. We certainly weren't going to start joining the men's clubs and stuff. We were too young for that. Like, it was a time for us to grow. And now this is actually where we stopped kind of hanging out for a while. He started playing bass for Fragments, and all of a sudden I realized, holy shit, this guy can play anything. He plays drums, beautiful voice, amazing guitarist, incredible bass player. Like, I can't give enough praise to him. He deserves it. He's a talented and good guy. So he started playing for Fragments, but occasionally we were still hanging out here and there, and I started becoming friends with friends he was friends with. That's a lot of friends. And so I got to hang out at this place. They always had this group of like Fragments at the time was the core of this hangout group. I don't know how to explain it any better. Hamlin was a part of it. A lot of people I don't even remember, but I remember seeing him there, seeing him down at what was the place that all the bands played at? Oh, that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to look it up while we're talking here. Anywho, like, so I felt like I got plugged into the social pipeline in a way. Like, honestly, like, I was probably socially, I don't mean this to sound offensive, but I was just socially retarded. Like, I had a hard time, like, I don't know, I think it probably ever since my dad. Like, I had a hard time interacting with people on a serious level for a while. But I get to know a lot of interesting people on there. Chris Hamlin, I think that's the first time I ever hung out with him. He was actually dating my friend Nellie way back in the day, and I think he had actually hung out at my house a few times with my cousin Ron. And it was so weird when I got to know him again and become really good friends with him. But they had all these weird names for places that they hung out. The Path. I can't tell you for the life of me where the Path was. I'd been there quite a few times. It's where all the kids that were underage would go and drink in the middle of the woods. It was just this driveway, probably like, you know, a mile in, maybe not that far, I don't know, but it was off the road, so they would go back there and hang out, and it was private property, so usually I don't think they got cops down there. And I mean, there'd be like 20, 30 people sometimes, all just hanging out, smoking weed, drinking, doing whatever. Like, and I was real young then. Well, I mean, not real young, but I was 17, 18 years old. 16, 17, 18. And I was just feeling so out of place, but being fully, like, accepted, and, like, no one was mean or anything like that. Like, all the kids like that I knew in school were really mean. But then again, they were just, I don't know, they were just jerks or whatever. But when I came with Bob, like, it really was like I felt like I got to meet some people that I probably would have thought differently of if I hadn't met them. Like, Gary was there. That's the first time I met Gary. Hamlin, Jake Mara, Dino J, Paul Lorenzo. Just a lot of good guys. I remember that. Like, I wasn't a big part of that scene, but the few times that I got to go down and be a part of that was awesome, and I really liked it. And the studio, not the studio, the warehouse, they had a half pipe in there, so kids would go in there and skate, like Jake Baker. I don't know if Dan Harrington skates or not, but a bunch of that crew, Vandal, Griffin, all of them, I'd see them, but I'd also see Gary and Bob and Hamlin and Jen, and it was just weird. It was like my world, these two worlds were starting to come together. Like, I knew Dan from school and Jake and that, and I knew Bob and Hamlin from church. Well, I knew Bob from church, and I met Hamlin through Bob. So these two worlds were coming together, and it was a pottery place where they had pottery classes, but they also had a skate ramp, and the owner was one of the kids' moms. So he had keys to the place, and then they would just open it up and skate and drink and smoke. I remember this table where they would do pottery. I mean, it was like a good, this is no exaggeration, I'd say like 25 feet. Like, it was multiple tables. It wasn't one table, but like, I remember looking all the way down, and there'd be people just lined up on either side, and you'd hear music band Fragments practiced in there. They'd be practicing sometime. Skaters would be in that room. Otherwise, music would be playing. It was just like the room with the skate ramp. Also, I think it had bleachers or something, and so there was that room, which was always louder, and then there was the chill area where that long table was. So they upgraded from the Path, which they really, was dangerous in the winter to be out there freezing cold in the middle of the woods or whatever, drinking, to at least inside. I mean, I don't think this place was heated. I think they had a space heater, one of those industrial space heaters, because I think one of the rooms was a lot warmer. Skate room, I think. So yeah, that was a really interesting place. And like at the time, I was still in high school, so it was weird to see Dan there, and then go back to school and be like, wow, we just hung out. Well, not necessarily hung out, but we're at the same weird place. It was a cool place, though, man. It's like something you see out of a movie or something. That was a great place. The warehouse. So I went from the pit to the warehouse. I guess you'd have to say the studios would be next. Everybody kind of migrated there. Gary didn't. I think Gary got out of music or something for a while. And he was working with Mario at Houghton Mifflin, whatever that company was up there. They put together books and stuff. Ray, I don't know. Frank Lewis worked there. We all kind of ended up there. Wait a minute. No, Gary and Mario and Goo all worked there. And Mario, I remember Gary nagging Mario, I guess. Well, I didn't know this, but he told me about it later. Come on, let's get together, let's play. But Mario had been an adversary, which I guess it didn't work out or whatever. So he finally agreed to play with Gary. So they wrote, I think, about 7 songs. Just the music to it. Really good stuff on guitar and drums. Like, unique sounding stuff. Like, at the time, like, I remember when I heard it thinking, I expected a lot more metal out of Gary. And they were heavy songs. They were metal songs. But there was a life to all of them. The way he wrote, he's the best guitarist I've ever played with. Not because he's the most talented, but because he knows how to write melodies on the guitar that I think complemented the way I wrote melodies on vocals. And that was something that was just phenomenal to me. So yeah. Oh, this is going way off course. I started with the path and then the warehouse. Anywho, this has gone on long enough, as I say every night. So, yeah, if you like these, subscribe. I know a lot of you have. So, but if you've got a significant other or someone else that you think might be interested, or would like to like get updates or tune in or whatever, you know, pass it along, share it if you don't mind on the Facebook. I don't ever expect anybody to do anything for me like that. Like, I appreciate it when it gets done, but I don't ever assume people are going to do that. I just want to talk to a lot of people, and you know what I want to tell them? Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Make someone's life a little bit better tomorrow. You know, whether it be a family member or a friend or a stranger that is having trouble getting their groceries in their car and their kids are freaking out. Don't get past them as quick as you can. Ask them if they can use a hand. You know what I mean? Or just say, you know, or at least I can say, I know your pain, man. I know your pain. It happens. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, let's all make this world spin a little happier together. Because if not, I think our future just looks bleak. We need to stop all this division and just hang out and sing some songs and dance in the rain. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am Jason Oliveira, and this has been episode 31 of The Road to 40. If you got any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about, any questions, you know, anything, just let me know. Let me know what you think about the whole $5 unfolded with shipping Sharpie things. If anybody's interested, or if you think you know anybody interested. I never sell original art. It's weird because I don't have that Buddhist outlook. Like, everything I do it for you. No, I do it with the intention of making a print of it or just enjoying it for myself or whatever. And like I said, no biggie. Honestly, I don't really, you know, I'd rather keep the art, to be honest. You can't have it. You know what? No, I changed my mind. Anywho, I apologize for letting these drag on sometimes. If you like them, subscribe, share. be good to one another. You know, keep smiling, keep making people smile. And I'll see you. Oh, you know me. I'll probably be back. You old scallywags. You scoundrels.